Hi everyone, in this week's Dispatch video we are discussing equality action plans under the Employment Rights Act 2025. So to stress at the beginning, this is a requirement for large employers, over 250 employees, to develop and publish what we call equality action plans. Slight difficulty is that we don't have the final version of the content of those and other regulations which will set out what obligatory information is to be contained within. In general, the plans must set out the steps organisations are taking to advance workplace gender equality, and there will be prescribed information setting out what explanation of those actions has to be put in place. So the measures will become voluntary from April 2026, as and when guidance is published, mandatory in April 2027, following further regulations which will be published, and again that will only apply to those employers with over 250 employees. Obviously it's perfectly valid and voluntary for businesses of a smaller size to publish plans, but the rules will only apply to larger employers. So the aim of this is to reduce gender pay gaps and to support employees experiencing menopause, peri and post-menopause as part of those action plans. So that will assist female employees both in terms of improving gender representation and pay equity, but also supporting employees who have various health-related conditions, not simply menopause, but also endometriosis, fibroids, other conditions of that nature. Now, we do have an existing gender pay gap reporting portal for large employers at the moment. The idea is that the existing portal will be updated so that the action plans can be uploaded into those as well. Now, whilst I say we don't have final guidance on the regulations, we do have some guidance on action plans generally. That was published by the government earlier in March 2026. Under the guidance, large employers must commit to at least one action aimed at narrowing the gender pay gap and one action aimed at supporting employees experiencing the menopause. That guidance is available on the gov.uk website. There are various different sections that an employer can look at in terms of advancing those aims. The idea is that senior leadership will sign off any chosen actions as part of that plan. Resources will need to be allocated to implementation, and the guidance does encourage consultation internally, be that with trade unions, employee representative bodies, focus groups, that sort of thing. And the government's guidance is focusing on areas around recruitment, progression, workplace adjustments and cultural change. In relation to menopause support particularly, the guidance talks about training managers, providing occupational health advice. Remember, this is aimed at larger employers who are likely to have access to greater resources such as that, establishing support networks, conducting risk assessments and offering flexible adjustments. Now, whilst the government is encouraging businesses to look at action plans now in April 2026, the difficulty is that without the full guidance and final regulations, a lot of hard work may be a little bit useless depending on what the content is. So I think many businesses will have a wait and see approach to this. The government has talked about penalties and the fact that they will not look at penalising employers for failing to meet the result of the action plans, but rather failing to produce and publish the plans in the first place. Similarly to with gender pay gap reporting, there will be enforcement action of sorts, but not necessarily significant penalties for not putting the plans together. That remains to be seen as part of the regulations. So a bit of a wait and see approach on action plans. If you do have over 250 employees, it will be another step and another piece of information that you will have to publish in due course. If you need any guidance on this at this time, or anything relating to employment law generally, please do get in touch. Visit the website chadwicklawrence.co.uk or email employmenthub@chadlaw.co.uk. Thank you.